Ms. Dev. Mr. Bhatia, the question is direct. There is not an apology from the Chief Minister. There are no arrests taking place of the owners of the Oreva company, despite the fact that they guaranteed good service. The FIR barely names anyone of any worth. The various ministers, forget about apologizing, have not even issued a show cause. Why, Mr. Bhatia? Why this wide berth? Can you explain to India tonight?
Rahul, first of all, as a representative of the Bharatiya Janata Party, I would offer deepest condolences to all the families that have lost their loved ones. And I must say this with some responsibility. We have seen the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji also stating very clearly how deeply he is also hurt, just like any other citizen. And to ensure two things, the Prime Minister himself was visiting the site today, and that sends out a very strong message. What are those two things? First, we have to assuage the feelings and the sentiments of the families that have been victim to this tragedy. They want justice be done, and we have to ensure speedy, effective justice is delivered to them. Second, as you rightly said, the perpetrators of crime, they should also get a strong message that they will not be spared and their rightful places behind bars. Now, the Prime Minister, the Home Minister of the country, the Chief Minister of Gujarat, the Home Minister of Gujarat, all have been monitoring the situation. And there was a very, I would say, effective rescue operation that was conducted. But that has been done, and we were able to save 185 human lives due to that operation. We also need to now focus on what? We need to focus on the fact that the FIR was registered promptly, and as a lawyer I can tell you, the first measure to see whether effective action has been taken or not is whether the FIR has been lodged promptly. In this case, within 2 hours. Second, 9 arrests have been done in 24 hours time. And when you say that whether the arrests of senior persons have been also done or not, I must tell you 2 persons hold managerial positions. Third, you have a very pertinent query, and I must also clarify that doubt. The FIR you said doesn't name anybody. And if there is a big fish, whether action would be taken against that big fish. Let me make it very clear to you. In law, the Honorable Supreme Court in its many verdicts have made it clear that it is not important that an FIR be an encyclopedia and every person has to be named. More important is the fact that investigation is thorough and all perpetrators of crime be booked and then action be taken against them. Now, with the Prime Minister visiting the site, meeting the victims, sends out a clear message. The monitoring is being done directly by the Prime Minister himself, and the Chief Minister is also very active. Thus, no one will be spared.
Mr. Bhatia, I've heard you out from start to finish. The only way to walk the talk, sir, is to act against those that have blood on their hands. I have not heard you say even once that these people that have been named today as the obvious culprits in this act of criminal negligence will be arrested. Why?
Rahul, I think you missed the statement which I made. I said no matter who the person is, nobody is above the law and their rightful place is behind bars. That includes every person. But for me, I know my responsibility also as a spokesperson, as a citizen and as a lawyer. For me to name any person right now would itself be not something that a responsible person would do.
Sir,
but
so
Rahul,
you're saying
is it
that
not
no,
a
one
clear
second.
indication
So no,
when
one
I
second.
say
So you're saying
that
you're saying to name Sandeep Singh Zala, municipal corporator, the CMO, you would be betraying your responsibility. I thought, sir, the responsibility is to the people, the victims, not to Mr. Zala and his reputation.
Can I respond?
Let me finish, sir. Or
can I respond?
Or even to the owner, Jaisukh Bhai Patel, who got a contract and then subcontracted the contract, then inaugurates himself the bridge without a completion certificate. Why would it be so difficult to name Jaisukh Bhai Patel?
Rahul, now let me answer you. You are taking certain names, and I am here very responsibly saying that including the names that you are taking, it is the job of the police to take appropriate action after thoroughly investigating the whole issue. There is a fact-finding committee that has been constituted, which was already there on the site. Now, is it not interference when I start taking names? I think the police should be allowed to do their job, and I have full faith in the Chief Minister of the state, in the law and order, machinery that exists, and in the police of the state. And if something is not done, then I can assure you, Bharatiya Janata Party will leave no stone unturned to ensure that all criminals are booked.
As of today, 9 people have been arrested, 2 managers, 2 contractors, father and son team,
yes,
3 security guards and 2 ticket clerks. Now, sir, if this company, who is run by professional managers, the contractors, the subcontractors, a father and son team are guilty, then it's quite obvious, sir, that the company itself is at fault. And who owns that company? It is Mr. Patel. And why is Mr. Patel on the run? Why can't we find him anywhere? We asked the police, they said he's untraceable. Why hasn't the police found out? Yes. On what basis did his 2 managers, 3 security guards and 2 ticket clerks decide to throw open the bridge? Could they have done so on their own without seeking clearances from him?
Can I respond?
Or has he outsourced his company also to someone else?
Okay. So Rahul, first of all, I am sure you would agree with me that when you say somebody is guilty, it is the courts of the country that pronounce who's guilty and who's not. Prima facie, there is a dubious role of certain persons who are accused right now, who have been arrested. And for a person who is untraceable, the police of Gujarat is competent enough to trace that person and then take adequate measures. But for us to give a certain turn to the investigation on Times Now would not be appropriate. But yes, let me make a very categorical remark. Whether you are the MD of the company, whether you are influential, you are not above the law. And when Shri Narendra Modi ji himself is visiting the site,